over to, there we go. This is my Variegated Minneola Tangelo. Check out my affiliate links posted in the description below for products that I use and love. Clicking on the links when you're making a purchase will allow you to support my channel with no extra cost to you. Thank you again for your support. I wanted to show you the citrus tint before the rain starts to come in. This isn't in the citrus tent, but I picked this up from our local nursery a couple weeks ago. We have some lemons growing on it already and lots of blooms. It was not happy in the house with me, so I'm glad to get it out here. I'm gonna hose down my problematic peppers. Again, I would not suggest anyone try to overwinter these. It's just not worth it. It started from seed. It is an absolute aphid magnet. You can see the dried up aphids here. Yep. It's been nice out, so you'll notice that the green frost blankets are now gone. All right, we can take a look. I had a sneak peek yesterday because my mom helped me water them. But let's look. As you can see, most of them are in bloom. This is the Kishu from Brite Leaf. It's blooming. This is the Owari, yes, the Owari from Brite Leaf. It is, let's see, do we have blooms? We have the beginnings of blooms here, right there, and right there. So that's exciting. Let's see. My Meyer $15 cutting from Brite Leaf is not looking great. I took the old crunchy leaves off, but it is still alive. And my Kishu from Fast Growing Trees had shriveled up leaves. It was probably long overdue for water, so I'm hoping it survives. It still has green on it. I can see that. I don't need to scratch the bark. So when you have this happen, it is better. You can see it's already starting to push out buds. Can you see that? Yeah, right there. Instead of trying to hang on to the dead leaves, just pluck them off so the tree can work on recovery. So my rule of thumb is pretty much if the leaves are crinkly like that, I pluck them off. But if the leaves are still soft but they're curled up, I leave them on. Okay, and we have, okay, so based on what I can see, the trees in the farthest corner dried out the most. And it makes sense because they take the brunt of the wind. But this right here is my Brown Select, and it does not look happy, but it is still alive. It's still green. So I'm hoping to see it push out new growth. I will trim the obviously dead branches back once I know that we're not going to get below freezing again. And this is my key lime. So the Brown Select was from Stan the Citrus Man. This is my key lime from Stan, and it is in full bloom. Once I take them out of the tent, I will go through and wipe every leaf to get the sooty mold off. I will also show that process. And let's get around the thorny branches over to, there we go. This is my Variegated Minneola Tangelo. And it is also in bloom. So you see some here. And let's get through here. You can see blooms there. Also, I noticed that some of the leaves have a mottled, stippled look. You see it? That is mite damage. I didn't see any mites before I put it in. Actually, that was old mite damage. Yes, because I cleared that up before I put them in the tent. So all right, so over here we have the New Zealand lemonade, and I see, let's see, is it green? I think it's still alive. If this one doesn't make it, I'm not going to get any more New Zealand lemonades. I'm going to scratch the bark to see. Oh yeah, it's still alive. Okay, let me show you. I scratched the bark right here and it's still green. So it is alive. I'll probably end up trimming right there. I don't see any flowers on my Shiranui, but it does look like it's pushing out new growth. So maybe soon. Let's get in here. This is my key lime from Brite Leaf, and we have buds. You see it? There it is. Buds all over. And it did give me a key lime that I gave to my mom. And I also have a page back here. Let me see. Down there next to the wooden stick. And I don't see any buds on that, but it is tucked behind my variegated Minneola Tangelo. So I don't see anything yet. Nothing that stands out. But it will be a surprise when I move them out of the tent. Hopefully in a few weeks. A couple weeks. All right. There we are. Let me just double check to make sure I'm looking at the right tree here. Yes, there are buds on the Owari from Brite Leaf. So these two from Brite Leaf are not the cuttings. So this is pretty much, if you pay another $10, so the rooted cuttings are about $15. So if you pay around $25, you will get a tree this size. And I bought that tree in the fall, and here we are months later, and it's blooming all over. That's the Kishu, and same thing for the Owari. I am going to move these to terracotta because they're too wide. And if you notice, there's a terracotta pot behind it, and it is larger than this one, but this one is just wider at the top. So, and shorter than that one. So I'm going to move these over in the spring. And I will also up pot this one. Now, I want to get the Amoa from Madison. I really want to get that one. So if anything doesn't make it, I'm going to get the Amoa to replace it. And another thing. This is a water sprout. It's not going to fruit. The leaves dried out on here, but it will not flower and hold fruit. When I'm ready to prune my citrus trees back, I will be pruning that back flush with the main stem. Also, I want to point out that the 3-gallon mature citrus trees from Madison will give you fruit right away. And if you go to their website, the shipping is expensive, but the trees are huge. Look at all of these flowers. And it came with the little fruit on it when I got it. It's just buds growing everywhere. While the trees are in here, I can't put down the slow release citrus fertilizer. That's the organic fertilizer I use with my citrus trees. I use a 2-step approach. So I will put organic slow release fertilizer on the top of the pot, and I will water with Jack's water soluble fertilizer. So the slow release will break down as the temperature warms up, and the water soluble fertilizer, it's not organic, but my citrus trees love it. I will water with that every other week or at least once a month, and that gives the trees the nutrients right away. Okay, the wind is blowing, so that is my cue. I'm going to close this up. Since we're gonna get rain, I'm not gonna put the frost cloth back on. I'm gonna roll the frost cloth farther back, and then I'm gonna zip this and allow the water to get in. Before I go, I wanted to show you something else. Now, it isn't citrus, but remember I showed you where in some other videos where the asparagus rooted over here? But look, these are Jersey Giants. See? That's not a spear. Nothing popped up here though. Be sure to check out my citrus playlist so you can follow my journey.